Listen.
I've already, yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Like, I will make it my life's mission for justice to be served. Like, 100%.
Okay.
I just know that.
You know, that's what I've dedicated my life to that.
But no, you're doing injustice right now.
Well, I hope that that's true. If that's true, then I made a mistake, and
correct.
And then those charges will be dropped. But right now, I have to go based off of my experience and training, which says otherwise. Do you understand that?
No, I don't agree at all.
You don't have to agree. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You're looking for a reason to show your power on your boat and in front of others.
Trust me. This is the last thing that I want to do.
I don't believe that.
I promise this is the last thing I want to do.
You can promise. I don't believe it.
We came out here to work fish cases.
Michael was arrested and taken to jail, where he voluntarily submitted to a breath test that showed that his blood alcohol content was 0.0%. Michael was released without charges later that day, but it is unclear whether or not he actually had to stay for the 8-hour hold. In the weeks following the encounter, the body camera footage was leaked online, and it quickly went viral in Florida. It has been widely reported that Florida Governor Ron Desantis had a private meeting with Michael on January 29th, 2025, and about 2 months later, Governor Desantis announced that he would be drafting legislation to stop officers from conducting random safety checks.
The bill will also right a wrong that has been an issue for far too long, and will finally bring it to an end. Current law allows both state and also local law enforcement to pull a boater over when no probable cause or suspected violation has occurred, and they can conduct inspections without having even a pretext to do so. This could include personal property searches, sometimes leads to further law enforcement action beyond safety compliance. While laws previously passed have attempted to solve this, the problem persists, and our voters let us know that the problem persists. Therefore, as part of the Boater Freedom Act, we will end this practice by prohibiting the use of a safety inspection as probable cause to pull over a boater. You have to have real probable cause if you want to pull over a boater, and that's going to be the law in the state of Florida.
The bill was formally introduced on March 10th, 2025, and it was enacted on May 19th, 2025, after a relatively short and uncontested journey through the Florida legislature. And on July 1st, 2025, the Boater Freedom Act took effect and ended decades of marine-based, unwarranted law enforcement inspections. Every officer operating under the authority of the state of Florida is now banned from making a stop on a vessel unless they have probable cause that a crime has been committed, which is a huge step forward for constitutional rights on the water, if you ask me. But it should be noted that this only applies in Florida and the officers who are operating under that state's authority. This does not affect a federal agency like the Coast Guard, for example, from conducting these random warrantless safety checks, because this is still authorized under federal law. But it's a step forward nonetheless, and it drastically changes the lives of many citizens in Florida, which has the highest concentration of boats in the country, at least according to Governor Desantis. Alright, and now for some takeaways and my ranting bullshit that you guys always sit through for whatever reason. First of all, this may be somewhat of a superficial observation, but I think it's just extremely reckless and dangerous to handcuff someone while they're in a boat, regardless of whether or not they're wearing a life jacket. I mean, just imagine all the ways that that can go wrong. And you would think that police boats would be outfitted with some kind of apparatus that was specifically designed to handcuff people to, instead of just restraining both of their arms behind their back. Now, I could understand if Michael had been a non-compliant suspect or suspected of some kind of egregious crime, but the handcuffing here seemed entirely unnecessary and dangerous, especially considering that Michael posed no threat to